Hello, everyone, and welcome to this week's Monday Lunch Digest. And so, my name is Hayley. I am the Director of Education Outreach at Edmond Counseling Professional Development. Micah, our esteemed leader and director, is not here today. He's probably off fighting crime or plotting world domination whenever Micah's due, whenever they're off the clock, but we'll miss him today. He'll be joining us again next week. So, today is just me. So, thank you all so much for joining today. We have lots and lots of awesome things to talk about. And so, in the world of OCI, the Oklahoma Counseling Institute, we just wrapped up our live training season. We're very happy this last week to have Dr. Paul Emmerich join us. He did a wonderful presentation on IFS in substance abuse treatment. So, IFS is internal family systems therapy. And he did a great overview of what that is and how to apply the concepts to treating folks who are engaging in substance use. In the afternoon, we are happy to welcome back our old pal, Sarah McFadden. So Sarah did a great training on the application of ethics and supervision code. And so she did a great overview of LPC, LMFT code of ethics and supervision and how to apply that in the clinical and supervision setting. So we're happy to have her. But just because if you did miss our live trainings this year, you are still in luck because we have over 130 hours of on-demand training. And so if you go to counselinginstitute.com, then you'll find there all 130 hours plus of our on-demand trainings. And so our on-demand trainings are approved by the Board of Behavioral Health, the Board of Licensed Alcohol and Drug Counselors, and the Oklahoma State Board of Licensed Social Workers for CEUs. And if you have any questions on our CEUs, feel free to reach out to us, hello@edmondcounseling.com or 405-440-3034. And so Tom, Micah's son, and I will be working over the next few weeks to edit some of our past trainings and get those up on the catalog soon. And so make sure that you're subscribed to our emails, because once we have some of those new trainings up, we'll be sending out that information in our email blast. And if you're not on our email list, email me at hello@edmondcounseling.com, and I'll be sure to add you so that way you can be alerted whenever we have new trainings up. And so that's all that's going on in the world of OCI. And so this week we have lots of things that are going on in the world of mental health as well. First of all, here in Oklahoma, LPCs and LADCs, you all have 13 days until your licenses are due. And something that I didn't realize until I went to the board meeting a couple weeks ago, and that is that license renewal is actually on a Sunday this year. And so if you wait to renew your license until Monday the 1st, that will be considered late. So make sure that you're able to log into your licensing portal. If you can, upload those CEUs before the weekend of the 29th and 30th, because if you are locked out on the 29th and 30th, the board will not be available to be reached by phone over the weekend. So make sure you submit those CEUs early, or at least you log in early so you're able to access your account. In the national news of mental health, a couple of interesting studies here. So one comes from the Journal of Psychiatry. And so this was published in the Journal of Psychiatry earlier this year. And what it did is it looked at folks' chronotype, which is their preferred sleep schedule, and mental health. And what they found is that regardless of chronotypes, regardless of if you are a night owl or if you're an early bird, which I'm an early bird, regardless of what your chronotype is, when you prefer to sleep, the research found that folks who went to sleep after 1 a.m. had a significant increase in anxiety and depression levels. So it doesn't matter if you prefer to go to bed later or anything like that. If folks who went to bed later had about a 40% increase in 40% risk of increase of developing anxiety and depression related disorders. And so what the researchers attributed this to was a concept called mind after midnight, which the mind after midnight hypothesis states that decisions or actions that are made at 3 a.m. or after tend to be we have an increased risk of engaging in more impulsive or harmful behaviors at that time. So even if we're not harming ourselves, we're more likely to engage in impulsive actions that we might later regret. And so I found that was a really interesting study. Something else that was published this week, the U.S. Surgeon General Vivek Murthy wrote an op-ed for the New York Times where he encouraged social media companies, apps to put basically a banner on their websites, on their apps, stating the potential mental health effects of engaging in social media use. What Dr. Murthy said is that he equates the mental health crisis that is going on due to increased social media use to the health crisis of using cigarettes prior to 1990. And so he's advocating for a warning label on all social media sites, similar to the warning label that's on cigarettes and tobacco. According to Dr. Vivek, the increase in social media use among children and teens and young adults has led to a significant increase in anxiety and depression. And according to research, there's been about a 47% increase in suicide ideation and behaviors among adolescents and young adults between the years 2008 and 2017. And that tracks with the increase in social media use. And so according to the APA, too, the American Psychological Association, teens and young adults spend about 5 hours on social media platforms such as YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, about 5 hours per day on average. And so that increase in social media use, the research is stating, is leading to an increased risk of depression, of anxiety. The increase in social media use has also followed the trajectory of the increase in suicidal ideation and behaviors in young adults and teens and adolescents. And so the Surgeon General, again, is advocating for Congress to mandate that social media companies and platforms have a warning label just identifying, again, the potential risk of mental health concerns that might come from using social media too much. And so I found like that was interesting. And I know that, my own psychoeducational spiel that I give to folks when it comes to social media, we often highlight, social media is a highlight reel. Folks aren't going to post about their bad days, not going to post about their demotions or their fights with their spouses. They're going to post the good things. And so if you're scrolling through social media and you're seeing lots and lots of good things and you're having a particularly hard time, it's easy for our brain to make us think that we're the only ones who are having a hard time. Everyone else has it better than us. And, even if we scroll past things quickly, it only takes about a third of a second for our brain to register what we just saw and have an emotional response. And so something to keep in mind for, I think, not only our clients, but for us in general, especially as this election season is coming up. And so a couple of interesting things there, but let us know your thoughts in the comments. And so we have a winner this week too. So last week we asked folks, what is a movie? What's a blockbuster you're looking forward to this summer? And we had a few responses. A lot of folks are really looking forward to watching Inside Out too, including our winner for this week, which was Dr. Paul Emmerich. So Dr. Paul Emmerich was our presenter on Saturday. He liked our post and let me know on Saturday he was also looking forward to Inside Out. And so he is our winner this week. So I know that Micah has a gift card. I'm not sure what the gift card is, but we'll send that out to you, Dr. Emmerich. And thank you again for presenting with us. And so if you want to be like Dr. Emmerich and you want to be entered into the drawing to win next week's prize, what I'd like you to do is like, share, and comment on this post. And so the more of those you do, the more opportunities you get to win next week's prize. And so the question for this week will be, what is your favorite snow cone flavor? It's getting pretty toasty outside. I think it's going to be about 95 degrees today. And we have a little snow cone stand outside of our neighborhood that we love to walk to. And I think today my sweetie and I are going to take a little adventure and go get some snow cones. And so I like cherry snow cones. Those are my favorite. It always makes my tongue bright red. But you know what? It's a sacrifice that I'm willing to make. Have a bright red tongue for a delicious snow cone. So tell us, what is your favorite snow cone flavor? And again, every time you like, every time you share, every time you comment, not only do you get entered into a chance to win next week's prize, but you also help us. You help us to get the word out about OCI. You help us to by just supporting us and making sure that we can continue to provide these resources for folks every week and also provide a quality continuing education for mental health professionals. And so again, let us know what your thoughts are. But thank you all again for joining us this week. And I hope that you stay cool and have a wonderful rest of your Monday. We'll see you next time.